good morning, welcome along to episode 21, and if you are here right now, then I guess you have come across this video because you, like me, have got an inner freaky freak called the control freak. And I want to share with you how you can love all over your control freak so that she is not running the show anymore, and instead you are coming from a place of love rather than fear. So I want to share some juice around this because in Soul Confidence I have, through my own practice and through working with a lot of amazing women, I've discovered that we have what I've identified as 5 inner freaky freaks. So if you are a sensitive superstar, the chances are you will have had one of these, perhaps like me, all at some point in your life, and there usually is one that's really dominant. So you've got your inner control freaky freak, who I really want to talk about today. We've got our people pleaser, which is one of the big ones for me. You've got your inner rebel, your inner perfectionist, and your inner drama freaky freak queen. So it's so important that we know that we have all of these within us, and that we can absolutely show all of us, show all of you the love and appreciation that you deserve. So your inner control freaky freak, oh my gosh, she has got so much to teach you. So here's what my experience is, and experience that I've seen a lot of women go on on their journey. So if you're on a journey for a more joyful, peaceful life, you will have started to become, aware of your behaviour. You'll start to become aware of these inner freaky freaks within you. You'll have become aware of responding with love rather than coming from fear. You'll be doing the work to heal your stories. And here's what happens. Quite often we then think, oh my God, this is terrible. I cannot have any negativity about me at all, because any negativity is bad. So I'm going to push all of that down. I'm going to pretend that's not there. I'm going to suppress it. I'm going to just try and feel good all the time. And I've only got to feel good, and I have to be positive all the time. So that is exhausting, and it's not real. Where I want to come from always is a place of really being realistic about the fact that I am a sensitive woman. I have feelings, I have emotions, things will trigger me, but I'm always empowering myself to choose how I want to respond. And that is the gold that really does empower women, I feel. When you understand, you're a sensitive woman, and you can love all over all of your feelings and emotions, and you can allow those to be there. You can clear any stories, you can surrender any attachment that you might have to the stories and beliefs, and you can always choose to come from a place of love. So with our inner control freak, she will run the show if she can. And I want you to take a moment just to consider what triggers your control freak. What happens in your life that really brings her out to party big time? Is there something in your relationship? Is there something in your family life, in your work? What is it that really brings her out? And just become very, very aware of what triggers her. What triggers that sense of needing to micromanage and control everything that's going on. So just get really clear on that. And what I would say is, I'm going to guess that where you're at right now is you're probably going through you're probably going through taking yourself to the next level in your capacity to love, and your desire to experience intimacy and abundance, and really bring all of you into your world. So therefore there's going to be some upper limits that are going to be happening for you, and upper limits can most definitely bring your inner control freak out to party big time. So just be really aware of that. And if you can always give her as much compassion and love as possible, so when you feel whatever the feelings are that come up for you, when you can feel that desire to control, just give her some love. Just literally put that like that proverbial arm around her and say, it's all right, we've got this, you've got this, whatever you want to say, however you want to identify it, however works for you. So the behaviours will be things like, just feeling this desire, this desperation really to want to cling on, to either keep things as they are or to try and micromanage them to go the way you want them to go. And the thing is that is really, really tiring and so frustrating. It's literally like trying to try to keep water still. It's just that sense, you've got running water, you cannot stop that flow. The flow happens. But when anything in you comes up to try and control, instantly there's this desperation to really cling on and control, and it's just so tiring, and it leads to resentment and overwhelm and burnout. And I know, because I've totally been there, and because I'm really aware of how I'm showing up, and having my own practice means that I am constantly being the guardian of my own well-being. But of course there are definitely times when my inner control freak comes out to play, and things that trigger me, and I know them, and I'm always like kind of just really shining that awareness and that love on to that situation and that experience, so that I can say, okay, so what do I need to learn from this? Like, what is she bringing me? And this is a real reframe that I would definitely encourage you to go deep with, which is, what is your inner control freaky freak bringing to you? Like, what is she gifting you? What is she telling you? What is she teaching you? So say, for example, I give a personal experience. One of my big core desired feelings at the moment is to experience joy. Now, I know that in order to experience joy in the real sense of it, I have to let go of control. So I know if my inner control freaky freak is coming out in some way, there's a kind of standoff going on, and I know that I've got to do whatever I need to do in that moment to let go or work through it, to give her some love, so that I can get closer to feeling joy. So letting go of control and surrender are the biggies for me to experience joy. So if your inner control freaky freak is coming up for you, ask yourself why. Like, what is she gifting you? What is she bringing up? So instead of going into that really like exhausting place of trying to pretend that she's not there or plaster over it, instead just showing her the love that she needs. Check out why is she coming up, like, why is this happening, what's triggering you. It doesn't have to be intense and in depth and like really soul searching, because if you're doing the work already every day on yourself, then it might just be a case of just doing a check-in, or it may be that you need to go a little bit deeper and do some surrender and forgiveness work. So you're empowering yourself always to be able to choose, like, whether and of course you might have a moment where you just go with her and you just like, you react, and the thing is then you just come back to that place of complete loving kindness and compassion towards yourself, to acknowledge how far you have come, to appreciate how far you've come, so that you can move forward with grace and not feel like, that you're beating up on yourself about that. So yeah, looking at the gifts that she's bringing you. So instead of thinking about like, oh my God, like, this is so annoying that I have got this within me, instead going, what are the gifts? So, for me, I was just doing my practice this morning, and I was thinking, I used to really just want to be a laid back person, like, just like really take life as it comes and da-da-da-da, but I'm just that, I'm just not, that's just not the way that I was brought up. It's not the way that my beliefs and my habits formed me, and I have a lot of like the inner control freak and the perfectionist and the people pleaser. So for me, I've learned a lot from that. So yeah, if I was a really laid back person, then all of what I do right now wouldn't have the weight and the kind of the sense of achievement I feel, and the ability to support other women that are doing this, because I have the journey and the experiences that I've been on. I hope that makes sense. I think at another point I'll go into that in a bit more detail. But yeah, just look at the gifts. Look at the gifts that your inner control freak is bringing you. Show her loads of love. Prepare to do whatever work you need to do to unattach. That's the biggie. Unattach to the responding from that place, and instead just ask yourself, you know, how can you empower yourself to make a different choice or a choice that feels good for you. So if you have liked this, please let me know. Share any ahas or kind of realizations with me. I'd love to hear how you have found that. If there are any sensitive superstars in your life who would love to hear some of this, then please do feel free to share this video. Now, if you want to go in a little bit more depth and you want to join a really high vibrational, supportive, non-judgmental community of women, then I would love to welcome you into the tribe, which is the Soul Confidence membership site for sensitive superstars who are owning all of who they are to have their most intimate and abundant life. I'm going to post a link below so you know how you can join as a monthly member, and have a little look. Ask me if you have any questions, and I will see you very soon for another episode. Have a beautiful day.